Drinking time. Come on, y'all. Everybody needs to finish drinking. Everybody needs to finish drinking. It's real hot today. No, don't try to break out of your condo, Hula. No breaking out of the condo. Don't mess up your condominium. We call them the doggy condos around here. My daughter, Amelia, she laughed at it and told me, "Dad, you call them condos?" I said, "Yeah." I just think the whole thing of calling it a cage is kind of cruel, so we don't do that. I told you, look at these two lovebirds, Stray and Michael. They're like destined to be like lifelong partners. He just loves her and she just loves him. Yeah, but, just trying to get the dogs to drink, But as you guys can see, all of the dogs coexist together, and it's all about making sure that, they move in as a pack. They all move as one, they get along, there's no jealousy issues, just great with each other, Like, that's a beautiful situation right there. That's not beautiful because he's a male and he just went in that male's like butt area. That's like not cool. Michael Jackson, get over here. Hey, you need to calm down. You see, you getting too comfortable. You think you got the free for all. But yeah, you're seeing my boy Santana right there drinking a lot because, it's just been real hot down here in the southeast parts of, the south of the United States. We're near the Houston area, so, it does get kind of humid in these parts. And being that these dogs, as you can tell, they have like the shorter kind of snouts, it's kind of rough on them sometimes, especially with the humid conditions that can kind of happen in like the deep southern parts of like the United States. So they do real great in like the East Coast areas, Midwest. But again, boxers are, just not really I'd say cool with just being in real hot temperatures like that. So, just make sure that they have plenty of water around the summer times or, really in general. You always want to make sure your dogs always have plenty of water, but really in the hot months. Hey, no inappropriate stuff in this house. Hey, Santana, no inappropriate stuff in the house. Hey, this is not the boom boom room. This is not the boom boom room. No boom boom room. No boom boom room. Now you got to go inside, boy, because you're not acting right. Santana, you're not acting right, boy. You're not acting right trying to get your humpity hump on. We're not doing that up in here. You gots to go. You gots to go in your penthouse suite. No, we're not doing that, buddy. Yeah, that's Miss Hula girl. Yeah, Hula. She'll join the pack eventually, but I kind of want her to get some size to her. You kind of, before introducing a new puppy to your pack, let the dogs get familiar with her. Let them kind of get a smell of the new addition, to the pack, because, just letting a new puppy that you're ushering in a pack, automatically may not be the best thing. So I always tell people, if you get a new dog and, you're ushering them into a household with multiple other dogs, just make sure that the introduction is, you take your time. Just take your time when you do anything. Just don't rush anything. Slowly introduce, the puppy to all the, dogs, because it's a new situation for her and she doesn't need to feel overwhelmed. So I always tell people that they have multiple dogs. Like, some people like to just rush and throw the puppies out there with the dogs that are currently, at the home. But I don't really advise it. I tell people, just take your time, especially when you get a new puppy and you're bringing a new puppy in a home and you're introducing them to a household where you may have, over 3 dogs or something like that. But yeah, but this is pretty much just educational purposes for future dog owners. You have some animal activists will say, "Oh, don't cage your dogs. That's cruel." But you know what? I don't keep my dogs like in cages all the time. Like, they all go out over 5 times a day and they actually spend quite a lot of time outside. And I'm talking about over 20 minutes each time they go outside, whether it's playing, using the bathroom. But like I said before, being that the type of breeds that these dogs are, now the Havanese, this dog, as you can tell, the coat is very kind of, I'd say kind of curly, but more kind of like human hair like. So, being that this breed is from Cuba, they actually, surprisingly, island type of dogs, they actually do well in like better heat temperatures than I would say the boxers right here. But like I said, great dogs though. I definitely would recommend them if you're not trying to have like, Michael, where are you? Michael! Michael! See, he was being bad. I have to yell because, you get some of them end up slipping on you and trying to do their own thing. You was in that room trying to be bad. I got to keep my eye on you. But back to what I was saying about the Havanese. They're great dogs, very highly intelligent. Just watch them though, really, because do not leave any type of paper on the ground or anything like that. They are shredders. So I advise, like, they will get a hold of stuff. Those are the cons with them. They are paper eaters to the point of, let me not even say paper eaters, more just shredders. They like to get a hold of stuff that they're not supposed to get a hold of, and they will shred it. So until they reach maybe an age of, I'd say, over 2 years old, you can trust them like that. Now, I'm not going to say that all of them will do that, but if you have like hands-on with them, like from pups and all, teach your dog, because your dog will be like I tell all dog owners, excuse me when I say this, and I don't want to sound like I'm just jumping around, but I'm just going to say this for the record. Your dog is only what you put into them. Every dog is capable of being smart, and intelligent and knowing right from wrong, just like a human would. But it is up to the owners again to discipline the dogs and show them. Like right now, they're just playing, so I'm not upset at them for doing what typical goofy little dogs do. But those are the tips, though. So, anyways, this is Queen's Kennels. I'm more of a mom and pop type of guy. I'm not really with the whole puppy mill movements and stuff like that. Like you'll kind of like traditionally find people doing. I actually care about my animals. I love every single one of them. And I also, pride myself on really making sure that, they're rehomed, with the, great families and stuff, and people that also genuinely love animals. There's nothing worse than trying to just rehome an animal just for pure profit. And it's like, you don't even care about, the homes that these animals go to. Well, I do. So anyways, hey, Michael Jackson, Gloria, say bye-bye to the world. But anyways, follow me for more dog tips on how to, raise your dog, or how to make them, coexist with the other dogs. If you have multiple dogs, I can give tips. I'm not the dog whisperer like Caesar or nothing, and I'm sure they're not going to give my ass like a damn show on like Animal Planet. But being that I have like decades of experience with these beautiful creatures that the Lord has created, and I would say that's man's best friend, these beautiful dogs, hey, you might learn a thing or two from me. But anyways, peace, y'all. Feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. And that is Michael Jackson. He is a bad, bad boy. And that's Gloria that's standing on top of him. Peace, y'all. And that's little Hula Houdini. She's the little puppy. She just wants to get out and play. But Hula, you a big puppy to be playing with these little ones. I don't know if we can do that. But anyways, that's live from the Doggy Penthouses. And hey, we're out. I'm talking too much, y'all. Peace.